It's a Small World holiday has had a dramatic setback. Work continues on the World of Color platform at California Adventure, and the holidays are sweeping through every inch of the Disneyland Resort. Let's drop in. Happy holidays, everyone. Wade for the Kingdom report back with you once again, covering all the latest headlines, news, and trending updates coming out of the happiest place on Earth. The Dapper Dance kicking us off there with some holiday tunes, and you see Christmas attire brand new for 2021 on these characters coming right off the Main Street station. But today, our updates will start in Fantasyland as the Disney Parks holiday special filming, which will be airing on ABC, is now underway. A special stage set up as well as props right here in front of It's a Small World. Unfortunately, It's a Small World suffering a major setback as It's a Small World holiday was set to debut with the Christmas season kickoff for the resort last week. That did not happen as water valves were opened, and it is said that circuits were fried some way, somehow. Well, you see here, work has begun 24/7 to try and rectify the situation, as one of the biggest sell points for the holiday season at Disneyland remains under refurbishment until further notice. Right next door to It's a Small World, we see the Fantasyland Theater marquee coming out from under the scrims as it was getting work done to it in recent weeks, all touched up and looking fresh. Further up the hill, where the Mickey and the Magical Map Theater sits, still dark at this point, we see some go-away green walls set up for the sake of what appears to be maybe a green room and staging area for the Disney Parks special holiday filming. And also, the walls remain up right alongside It's a Small World for the sake of brickwork still being laid at this point, waiting for those to come down here in the near future. Big news this week, though, about Mickey's ToonTown. Walt Disney Imagineering announcing earlier this past week that Mickey's ToonTown will transform into a vibrant symphony of sights, sounds, and sensations, featuring some all-new play experiences for families and young children. We've seen the concept art that Toon Park is definitely going away. This area going to be opened up into more of a green space. Certainly a lot of the exterior walkway right alongside it will also be used for this expansion. Another big piece of the concept art that is drawing attention is Chippendale's treehouse doesn't appear to be in the art. In fact, it's a little blurry towards the edges of the land here, and this would allow for a direct access path if removed into Galaxy's Edge. Another area of the land that seems to be a little blurred out is the area just in front of Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin. We do hear that more announcements are coming specifically about this area and what might come. As major construction continues for Mickey Minnie's Runaway Railway in the center of the land, it is said that the entire Mickey's Toontown area will be closed March of 2022 and reopen in 2023. In other exciting news, a Christmas Fantasy Parade, the first full-scale parade to return to Disneyland Park since it reopened earlier this year, has taken back to the parade route officially along Main Street, USA, and It's a Small World corridor. It was so wonderful to see these floats making their way through the parade route once again as Disneyland celebrates the season. We mosey on into Frontierland now, where we were told about a month ago that the Mark Twain River boat is not allowing people up to the third deck until capacity increases throughout the day and there's more of a demand. However, recently, there was plenty of demand to get on board the Twain, and we were told by cast members that nobody's being allowed up to the third deck right now due to a safety issue, and there is no determination as to when the third deck will reopen anytime soon. We go from Frontierland to Adventureland, where sadly Tarzan's treehouse remains under scrims still at this point, as it was scheduled to come back to us at the end of October. Well, that date has now been pushed out to the second week of December. No idea what's going on over here. We saw artwork come down last week, which gave us sort of the false impression that walls would be coming down soon. Unfortunately, it is still under wraps. And next door at the Indiana Jones Adventure attraction, it just returned from its very brief refurbishment, now up and operating for your enjoyment here in the heart of Adventureland. Sauntering on into New Orleans Square, we wanted to take a look at the progress going on when it came to what we believe is the new store affiliated with the Princess and the Frog franchise. Unfortunately, while the facade of the location has received the Christmas treatment, still no word from Disney as to when or if this is opening anytime soon, or even what is coming to this location. We wait anxiously. And over at the Harbor Galley, this restaurant is set to return to us later this week as scrims will eventually be coming down. However, on the opposite side of the walls, we do see work continuing on the two-tiered seating structure that they are building along the riverfront, specifically for this restaurant, and you see lots of details starting to emerge from lighting fixtures to the platform itself of the two-tiered structure. And the sailing ship Columbia right next to it, still in its dry dock, ready to come back to us here on Thanksgiving week as it is getting all gussied up to set sail on the rivers of America once again. Speaking of the rivers of America, work continues on the platform in the center for the sake of Fantasmic, the nighttime spectacular that we believe is coming back in 2022. They've worked on the far right-hand side, and now the center console is under refurbishment. Into the future we go, as Tomorrowland's Star Wars launch bay, which has been closed since Disneyland reopened, is temporarily housing the event check-in space for Disney's Merriest Nights, the special ticketed Christmas party event happening just a few nights during the season. We also want to check in on the Finding Nemo submarine voyage as its long refurbishment continues on into winter of 2022. You see lots of work being done, lots of color returning to the lagoon itself. So much detail has to go in to repainting this entire area, and we can't wait to have those subs moving through liquid space once again. And speaking of the details, we move on up to Main Street USA, where we swung on by the Main Street Cinema to check in on Miss Tilly, the extraordinary ticket taker in this location, all ready for the holidays, wearing her beautiful green dress. And from here, we slide on over to Disney California Adventure. Buena Vista Street is where we begin. We've been detailing for you how PhotoPass moved out of the shops both on Main Street USA as well as Buena Vista Street here and moved into a central location in the Esplanade. Well, that opened up a space here at the Kingswell Camera Shop, now renamed the Kingswell Shop. This basically just became an extension of the retail space that already existed. It's interesting that they kept the name Kingswell, as the Eliason Arcade is what originally was posted on the front door of the location. This is also a location where they are now doing hat riding for all of your ear hat needs. And of course, this season brings along with it California Adventure's returning Festival of Holidays. Let's check in on some of the fun. Mickey's Happy Holidays returns to the parade route twice daily during the Festival of Holidays here at California Adventure. Other entertainment acts returning this time around, mostly kosher, over at Sonoma Terrace and across from their performance venue at the mini stage at Pacific Wharf. You have the Grammy Award-winning Mariachi Divas bringing the sound. And don't forget, the main stage in front of World of Color Lagoon has so many acts throughout the day. Entertainment is definitely at a fever pitch once again at California Adventure. But certainly the main event is the Festival Marketplace food spaces, where you can grab all kinds of Christmas treats and holiday yum-yums. As a reminder, order from one location for your entire marketplace experience. If you know what you want from all of the various storefronts, order it in one spot. That way, when you do walk up to the various storefronts, you just present your receipt and you grab your food. You don't have to wait in line at a register each time to make your order. And certainly lots of great holiday merchandise exclusive for the event. And if you want to meet Santa, you can do that too. He's meeting and greeting guests over at the Redwood Creek Challenge Trail. Santa's holiday visit is what they call it this time of year. You see him here in sort of this Bigfoot-like footage taken from a distance through the tree line. If you are interested also, right after you meet Santa, get some treats for Santa. All you got to do, order up some cider, some cocoa, and you can even decorate your own cookies back here. And in the Paradise Garden section of the park, Disney's Viva Navidad is taken over. Celebrate the spirit of Navidad with live music, authentic dancing, decor, food, and your favorite Disney friends, going right alongside the Festival of Holidays through January the 9th, with a special appearance of characters from Disney's Encanto. And the Paradise Garden Grill restaurant we showed you last week was dark. Well, it is back in action, having switched over their menu to go alongside the Viva Navidad celebration, serving up some authentic Mexican food back here. The stage in front of the Garden Grill also has lively entertainment playing throughout the day, so be sure to stop on by, grab yourself some food, and have a seat for some live entertainment. And speaking of lively entertainment, Viva Navidad, the street spectacular, has returned. If you see one thing during the Festival of Holidays, make it the Viva Navidad Street Spectacular. Over at the World of Color Lagoon, work has accelerated on the Nighttime Spectacular platform. We've told you here in recent months that the show was essentially left to rot over the course of the pandemic break, and now it is having to be completely rebuilt from the ground up for the sake of bringing it back potentially next year. We move on into Cars Land, where they are all decked out for the season. This is one of the most festive of all of the areas of California Adventure during the holidays. Definitely worth a look. And as a reminder, if you swing on over to Luigi's Rollickin' Roadsters, well, the cars dance and prance to Christmas tunes this time of year. Totally worth stopping by for some fun. And over in the Hollywoodland section of the park, Marvel's Eternals has an exclusive sneak peek going on right now inside the theater that typically houses Mickey's PhilharMagic. No doubt that will be returning in the near future. And from California Adventure to Disney's Grand Californian Hotel and Spa we go, where the greatest of all of the lobby tree displays happens to be right here as the halls have been decked and the warmth of the Grand Californian sets in. You also, speaking of warmth, feel it from this tiny fireplace located directly inside of this giant gingerbread house that represents the Grand Californian Hotel. Lots of hours and love put into this by resort chefs as the entirety of the hotel is replicated in gingerbread form. You take a look here at the signage right alongside telling you that this structure measures 7 feet tall and 12 feet wide with edible elements and 1,400 hours of work being put in to every tasty detail. And if you are interested in tasting this gingerbread house, you are in luck because just alongside the display, there is a complete booth set up for you to grab your own slice of gingerbread. Or if you're interested in a different type of treat, grab yourself a Rice Krispie treat or perhaps a snowman cookie wearing those mouse ears. In addition to that, they also have poinsettia cookies too. We move across the street to Disney's Paradise Pier Hotel, where PCH Grill, the table service restaurant, as well as the Surfside Lounge remain out of commission for the time being, and we notice that the Ursula Halloween display has been taken down. Still no signs of the holidays in here. No doubt they are next on the list, as the Disneyland Hotel, just down the road, seems to have put up all of its Christmas decorations as they welcome you in with this giant marquee in the main lobby, and right alongside the Fantasia gift shop, they have what appears to be a Fantasia-inspired tree, and of course in front of the front desk, they have these retro trees to enjoy. And speaking of retro, we head down the hall where the retro set has been erected for the Santa Claus meet and greet location. This typically happens closer to December as you get to enjoy yourself a little one-on-one time with the big jolly red man himself. And over at the Adventure Tower at the Disneyland Hotel, they also have a special themed Christmas tree. You gotta walk around the corner to find it, but it is there complete with all of the tiki idols, as well as a tree topper that is totally worth checking out, from the elephants to the zebras, and yes, even the safari hats. This is a very fun tree to check out. And in the Frontier Tower, back in the rear of the Disneyland Hotel, you can find Frontierland-inspired trees, 2 of them in this main lobby. Certainly, once again, worth checking out if you are staying at the hotels. And we trot on out to downtown Disney, where they are installing some holiday elements on the facade of what used to be the AMC Theater, and no doubt installing additional holiday decor throughout downtown Disney right now. Even as we speak, more to come throughout the district. Well, my friends, you are now up to date. Hey, make sure that if you appreciate what we do, you are subscribed to the channel with the notification bell turned on so you don't miss a thing. And if we have earned it, hit that thumbs up button. It means an awful lot. For the Kingdom Report, I'm Wade Heath. We'll see you next time for another edition of the Disneyland Drop-In.
this happy place, welcome.